what's going on, family? Grace and peace, all praises to the Most High God. You already know what it is. It's your boy Javon Blue with another, edition, episode, I don't know, with something else, another video in week 3 of tech sales. And I'm excited to share with you guys my journey, what it is that I'm going through. For those people who don't know me, listen, man, I'm just a regular dude that did a career shift into the tech sales space. And let me tell you something, it has been all glory to God, because how I'm going through it, I'm documenting it for you guys. I was you, the person that's looking at this like, man, is it real? Can I do it? Do I have to have experience? Do I need to come from corporate America? Do I need, none of that, right? Walk by faith, not by sight. We out here getting it, right? So I want to go in this avenue, right? I want to talk about my week 3 in tech sales. Shout out to that. Amazing, amazing stuff. But I think I want to talk about how to break in as well, right? I get a lot of messages now. I get a lot of messages on LinkedIn. I get a lot of messages on YouTube here. Get a lot of messages. And now I'm putting my videos on Instagram and TikTok. So it's lit for that. But let's start off, right? Let's start off with the week, right? The week was awesome. You know, we started off with our team huddle. So if you're breaking into tech sales and you're like, man, what is a Monday like, right? Well, Monday is, for me, I know, is starting off with the sales team. Shout out to my manager, and he just leads the meeting, right? We are debriefing about what happened last week. Anybody got some insights? Anybody got something they want to say? Let's talk about it, right? So such an amazing experience with that. I love starting new things as a team, right? I love going into the week like that. Such a beautiful culture way. So if you're an introvert and you're like, that's not really my thing, listen, I'm gonna need you to get up out of that, right? So let's make it happen. So how it went, I'm gonna break up this week into 4 sections, right? The first section, right? And this week was so different from the other 2 for this reason right here. The other couple of weekends, right? Those 2 weeks, not weekends, but those 2 weeks, we were basically with the sales enablement team. Now, the sales enablement teams, like, their job is to make sure you know everything about sales, but also from a technical standpoint. So we went through our tech stack. Like, if you look at the last 2 videos I did, I'm talking about Zoom Info, I'm talking about Salesforce, I'm talking about SalesLoft, I'm talking about these different, CRMs and sales engagement tools, because this is the stuff that you need to know in order to be an effective SDR, right? So with that being said, this week was more about the BDR role, right? And it was so beautiful for me, because I'm like, man, so much information the last 2 weeks, as they call it, drinking from the fire hose. So much information that you're going to have to go through. But it all comes full circle when you get to week 3. Week 3 is you are actually getting taught on your actual role, right? If you're a BDR, SDR, you're going to be getting taught week 3. By week 3, yeah, you are making it happen. So what do I mean by that? First point, right? We started to learn about cold emailing, right? So how can you, an individual who is trying to get in contact, right? Get in contact with your prospect, with your potential lead, whatever you want to call it. How can I do that effectively, right? So if you know, shout out to my CourseCareers alums, right? You know that we were taught that you're going to have to do multiple touches, right? You're not just calling somebody and then that is it. No. So we have something called a cadence, right? So you have to put things in the cadence. So I'm going to talk more on that. But the first thing is making an email from scratch. Number 1, do you know how to create a good subject line? As an SDR, BDR, it's your job to know how to grab the attention of the person who's getting hundreds of emails a day, right? Do you know how to do that? If you don't know how to do that, guess what? This is what week 3 is for. So with that being said, I started to learn how do we frame a subject line, right? What's more important? Then, how do we get personal, right? How do we become relatable within the body? Now, when you're writing your cold emails, right, you don't want to make it too long. You want to get straight to the point, but you want some relevance in there, but you want to grab their attention, right? And just get them intrigued, right? It's called piquing interest. You want to pique their interest and bait them to see will they bite, right? So that's really the intention of the cold email. Then, from that, we started to learn, this is part two. From that, I think it was Tuesday. So Tuesday, we started to learn about cold calling. Now, this one was good for me because you start to learn so much different. Should I use a script? Should I not use a script? Should I say it this way? Should my opening be this way? I'm gonna tell you this right now. There's no perfect cold caller, right? You are disrupting somebody's day in order to get your company and your product out there, right? So there's really no perfect way of doing this. So if you are an inspiring SDR, BDR, I hate the word inspiring. If you are an SDR, BDR, I put it like that. I don't even care if you don't got the official position yet. Once you got it, you got it. So my fellow SDRs and BDRs out there, right? It's okay. Now hear me when I say this, write this down if you're taking notes. You will fail. Get comfortable with failure. Get comfortable failing over and over and over and over and over again, right? Because the only way that you're truly going to learn any position is you got to put in some hours, right? You got to put in the hours, 10,000 hours to become perfect the skill or become perfect, whatever way you want to put it. But you got to put in the work, right? Will Smith said it like this. He said that you have to beat on your skill hours and hours and hours on a day in order for it to become mastery. So you want to make sure that you are not scared of calling. But if you are fearful, right, do it in spite of, right? Because your greatest top performing SDR, BDRs, account executives, they're still not great at cold calling, right? Because it's just one of those things where it's full of emotions. So you don't know how you're going to feel that day, and you don't know how the other person is going to feel that day. So just write this down. Be good at a cold doer, right? Get good at cold doing. So whatever is cold, you get good at it. So that's how you need to frame it. So we started to learn about cold calling. We started to get, great with that. Got some good information on that. And all of this is leading to basically today, because it is literally Friday right now. I'm tired. You guys probably hear it in my voice, see it in my eyes. But I had a good day. So the third day, I believe it was Wednesday. Wednesday, we started to learn basically about, I just had a brain for it. Cold emailing, cold calling, and then I believe it was outreach. We started to learn about outreach. Oh yeah, there we go. So how do you research and how do you do outreach, right? So I started to dive deep into Zoom Info. Zoom Info, $25,000 tool that, if you have it in your tech stack, shout out to you, did real good. I know there's some competitors out there like Apollo, Seamless AI, like these are different individuals that do the same thing basically. But Zoom Info is dope, gained a lot of knowledge from it because I had to learn it. I had to learn outreach, right? So you're going to have to learn how to research. You're going to have to know how to do outreach so that you can find your buyer persona, right? So when we're talking about our buyer persona, if you graduated from CourseCareers, right, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Who is the individual that I need to target, that I need to reach out to, right? So that I can make that happen, so I can make that deal happen. So started to learn about Zoom Info, started to learn how to do research so I can build up my hypothesis of need and, just create that solution for the pain that they have. And that was a good thing. Now, leading up to Friday, right? So today's Friday. Shout out to that. It was good because we had our green light assessment. So for the new individuals that got hired as an SDR, BDR, we had our green light assessment. What is that? What is a green light assessment, right? So here we go. You're going to get tested on everything that you have learned. So we got tested. So the test was this. We're going to grade you on how well you do research. We're going to grade you on how well you do your cold emailing. Do you know how to put a subject, right? Do you know how to write a subject? Do you know how to do a body? Do you know how to, when you're cold calling, right? Well, do you know how to cold call? Do you know how to book a meeting? So when that customer says, you know what, I would like to actually hear more about this, I would love to get on the demo. Do you know how to send out an invite, right? So we got graded on all all these different type of, formalities and different stuff that we need to learn, because that's what we're going to be doing inside the role next week, right? Shout out to that. So I got tested on all of it, passed my green light assessment. Let's go. Right? You already know it was going to happen anyway. To God be the glory. But I passed my green light assessment. That was a beautiful thing. Shout out to my manager. He definitely gave me some critiques. Also, family, you're going to get critique. You're going to get bad news. I don't think it's bad news, but you're going to get some hard truths, right? You want to take that in, soak that in, and improve it and execute, right? So I did good, though. I did good. There were little things that I missed on my cold calling thing that I did. So you're going to have a mock cold call again, right? I highly encourage you to get good at just jumping out there and practicing it with your team. Like, I think every sales team need to just do 15 to 20 minutes a day. We're just cold calling with each other, right? I think it will boost confidence because you're working on your skill set and so forth and so forth. So yeah, family, pass my green light assessment test on cold calling, outreach, research, cold emailing, cold calling. Guess I said that again. But yeah, we learned a lot. Passed my green light assessment, so I am officially part of the outbound squad of my company. So it's an amazing thing. Now, the reason why I said that I'm going to break this up in half, and I'm almost done with this video. So if you're getting tired, hang on with me a little bit more. Is a lot of people hit me up on, well, Javon, how do I break into tech sales? What is the most effective way? Everything that I just said, I need you to do. All right, here we go. You have to do the job to get the job. You have to do the job to get the job. What does that mean? So guess what? If you want to become something, do the something that you want to become. It's that simple, family. Is it easy? Nope, but it's definitely simple. Guess what? If you want to break into tech sales, guess what you have to do? Do 3 touches. What do I mean by that? Let's just say you want to work for, HubSpot, right? Figure out the recruiting manager. So this is how you break it up. You want to figure out who are the point of contacts, who are the buyer personas that need to know you. The recruiting manager, right? VP of sales, SDRs and BDRs within the company, and account executives. You want to make sure you're reaching out to these people after you fill out the application on their website. Do not fill out any applications on LinkedIn. Don't do it. Only fill out the applications on the company's website. Then after you do that, go hit up everybody. And this is what you say. Hey, what's going on? I think I'm gonna do another video on that. So, what's going on, family? I'm playing with y'all, but I'm gonna do another video on that because I don't want this to be too long, so that you guys can break it up and really learn it. But listen, family, I'm excited. Passed my green light assessment test. So basically, I'm in there like swimwear. Next week is going to be a dope experience. I'm going to be cold calling back and forth, going to be cold emailing, putting things in a cadence, making it happen for the squad. So I can't wait to give you guys a couple of updates on that. I'm going to be making some shorts, some reels, whatever you want to say pertaining to the role. So guys, listen, with that being said, let's go, let's grow, let's dominate, and let's make it happen. All glory to the Most High, y'all. Let's get it.